Hey guys, today I'm going to give you 10 tips to survive early game in hardcore Minecraft. I have survived in my own hardcore Minecraft world for over 14,000 days now, so I promise some of these are really useful. I suggest watching the full video before starting your own hardcore worlds to help give you the best start possible. Now, let's get into it. As soon as you spawn in, find a village. I suggest cranking up your render distance so you can see pretty far in all directions. You can grab some wood and things on your way, but prioritize finding a village first. There will be food there, a bed, and villagers to help you get started. This is one of the safest things you can immediately do. If for some reason you're unable to find one and it's getting dark, try to get some wool from sheep to craft a bed, and that way at least you won't need to stay awake during nighttime, because the first night is often the most dangerous. Once you've found a village, or if you've chosen a safe area to base at, start a small food farm. Food is vital to keeping you alive. Cows are probably the easiest because you can have them follow you by holding a piece of wheat, and you breed them with wheat too. So if you stole a bunch from the village, it's a super easy way to get yourself a reliable early game food source. Make sure you cook the beef in a furnace or smoker, as this will restore a lot more hunger points. The next tip is a really simple one, but super important, as getting lost is never any fun. And well, if you get lost at nighttime, out in the open with no tools and armor, you might be a goner. So tip number 3, take a picture or make a note of your coordinates. You can press F3 on your keyboard to bring those up. That way, you'll remember where your base is, and if you go exploring, you'll know which direction to head back in. The next tip for something you should do as soon as possible is make a shield. Holding a shield whilst facing practically any early game mob will allow you to not take any damage. So if you do by chance run into a creeper, just hold up your shield and this will literally save your life. To craft a shield, all you need is 1 iron ingot and 6 wood planks. Next is another item you should always have on you early game, and that is a water bucket. Some villages will actually contain a water bucket in the loot chest, so you might find one, but if not, take out the iron golem in the village and that will give you at least 3 to 5 pieces of iron. Water buckets are great to help prevent fall damage, and they can also be useful if you ever find yourself on fire. Next is getting armor. Naturally, as you move through the game, you'll want to get good armor. Make yourself a set of armor and try to upgrade it as you go. Try to do this as soon as possible, as getting diamond armor and enchanting it can seriously save your life. It makes a huge difference, especially with protection 4 on every piece and feather falling 4. The feather falling enchantment allows you to fall from huge heights and barely take any damage, so it's worth it to try and get those enchants quickly to save any potential accidents. Next, I suggest finding a Totem of Undying. These can be a little tricky to get, so be very careful whilst doing this. There are 2 ways that you can get totems. One, in a woodland mansion. Trying to find these might be time consuming, so the method I suggest is to start a raid on your village. You can do this by killing a pillager with the banner on his head. That will give you the bad omen effect. Best ways to handle raids is to make sure you have a bow and lots of arrows to shoot from far away. I also recommend creating as many iron golems as you can, as they will help you take out the waves of mobs and distract them. Surrounding yourself with boats is also a good idea, as boats can actually trap vexes, and if you're not careful, vexes can be brutal. The only mob that can actually drop a totem is the evoker. Once you get a totem, put it in your offhand and this will act as an extra life. To go along with that, my next tip is to use boats. Not only are boats great for trapping vexes, but they're also good for trapping any other mob until you're ready to take them out, giving you a little bit more time to react. This works really well for endermen to stop them from teleporting away. This way you can kill them super easily, and it's a great way to get pearls for the end portal. The next tip I have for early game hardcore is using potions. Firstly, a great potion you should have right away when going to the nether is fire resistance. Before entering the nether, get yourself as many gold ingots as you can. If you're not wearing gold, piglins will attack you, so also make sure you make a gold helmet or another gold piece of armor before going in. Once you go through a portal, trap a piglin right away, because throwing gold ingots to the piglins will make them trade an item with you in return. Keep throwing ingots until they give you some fire resistance potions. These are vital to have before continuing to explore the nether. By keeping these in your hotbar, if you have an accident, maybe falling into lava or getting set on fire by blazes, quickly drink the potion and you will stop taking damage. This has saved my life so many times. Another potion that I recommend is especially good for the dragon fight, and that is slow falling potions. If you get launched into the air by the dragon, slow falling potions will allow you to travel back down to the ground safely. Again, something that has saved my life in my hardcore world.
Thank God for that potion.
My final tip when playing hardcore is to always have an escape route. If going into any situation, whether that be a cave or a certain type of structure, always make sure that you have a safe way in and out, as panic is one of the highest hardcore world destroyers. If you find yourself in a scary situation and you don't know how to get out, that could cause you to make a bunch of mistakes. So even if it takes a little bit more time, playing it safe is always the key. To go along with that, always weigh up situations before jumping into them. For example, if you're mining or exploring a cave and you see Skulk, this is a huge potential danger. If you start setting off shriekers, it might trigger the warden and that will basically insta-kill you early game. So make good decisions and weigh up the pros and cons before continuing. Those were my top tips for surviving early game in hardcore Minecraft. I hope these tips allow you to have a nice safe start, and I wish you all the best in surviving in your own hardcore worlds. If you have any tips of your own, or if you think I forgot any good ones, make sure to write them in the comments to further help people out. Thank you so much for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.